Hey guys, today here we have preseason war number 4. So for this we're running Nick Fury, Rolk, and Corvus, and I took a lot of fights this war. So yeah, the most important thing I wanted to test out here was just Rolk versus Intercept Rintraw, and yeah, that's the main real matchup I wanted to test out today. First off, we have this just combat deja vu spiked armor thing. So we're trying to limit the amount of critical hits and everything that we do. Just conserve some health while we build to our L2, because the L2 is going to kill either way, so yeah. And there we go. Oh, didn't throw it just yet. And there we go. We throw that, and it kills, of course. Very easy fight with Corvus, obviously. This was very much an off-season defense. Here we just have, aggression, prowess, critical setup. So it's basically nothing fight with Nick Fury. Gonna completely melt it. And yeah, not have any issues here. Because, of course, Nick Fury, especially with Suicides on, just has such ridiculous damage. And Tiger just has a tiny health pool, and then she has Suicides on as well, so yeah. Fight's just over like that. And then next up we have this Prof X on Ebb and Flow Knockdown. Not much of anything here, it's just, again, build L2 with Corvus and fight over. And yeah, very, very easy stuff. I think all of the defenders I fought today had recoil on, which is a little odd for sure, but, it's off-season, that happens. A little bit annoying, but whatever. Here we bait this L1, and then we're just going to do the L1 trick where you get that. And yeah, now we just want to get a heavy off, and then throw our L2, and the fight will be over, just like that. Of course, again, really easy stuff with Corvus. Not much you can really add to this. And yeah, next up we have this Sui's Elsa on Mixmaster. I decided to just take this with Corvus because it was off season and Corvus is gonna be fine. I end up messing up here and taking a death, but yeah, I mean it's fine. We're trying to follow the Mixmaster combos with light, medium, light, but I ended up getting evaded, and when Elsa evades, she can counter like that, and of course that's just death, but yeah, whatever. And we're just gonna use a 40% revive and finish up here. Obviously not a matchup you want to do in season with Sui's on the Elsa and everything, but it's off season, so yeah. So we're just going back in with Corvus, just going to do medium light combos this time, because she's at low enough health that I don't have to worry about conserving charges. And yeah. Here. We do take 2 blocked hits, that reduces a lot of our charges, but again, she's at very, very low health here. And we just go for an L1 right there, and the fight's over. And yeah, next up we just have this Mysterio with Corvus. Pretty easy fight again. Since we're at 1 health, we're gonna have to be a little bit careful, but the fight's gonna be over very, very quick regardless, so not too worried about it. And trying to do some intercepts there just to make sure I conserve charges, not blocking too many hits. And yeah, he throws the L1 immediately. Not ideal. I was hoping to ideally bait the L2s just to be able to get that power gain. But yeah. Mysterio on this, definitely a pretty bad placement. Just due to Mysterio's AI, when he is unstoppable and everything, he's just going to be throwing a lot of heavies, which makes it pretty easy to avoid kinetic transference against him. And yeah. Next up we have this Rintraw with Rolk, which is, again, really the fight that I wanted to test out today. should be good in theory. I know Rolk's been a fantastic option for like Sasquatch on these nodes, and Rintrah has a similar health pool to Sasquatch, and he's not quite as tanky as Sasquatch, so I thought, Rolk can definitely make this work. The only annoying thing is having to knock down, because Rolk does not have much damage off of his heavies. As you can see here, he does have recoil on, so that's 5% damage extra that we got right there. This is also unboosted, so it's going to be roughly equivalent to what this would be like in season, because we have one recoil tick during protection right there, one out of it so far, so that's, going to be roughly like 6.6% damage he's taken from recoil or so, and then, a little bit like 9% there, and then he's going to throw one more during the normal thing, and it's going to take it to like 14% damage that he took from recoil, and then I think he throws one out during the protection as well. So he probably took like 15% or so damage from recoil here. So, boosts can definitely make up for that in season, because, Rolk just has such amazing damage scaling with boosting. Because when you boost with Rolk, it's kind of like boosting with Hercules, because with the red damage, his damage just goes crazy. And yeah, absolutely fantastic option for Intercept Rintrah, in my opinion. We just knocked down here. We're trying to bait the special 2, but he's being a little bit stingy, so I decided to just finish the fight with an L2. But yeah, even with Sui's on there, it will be roughly equivalent to no Sui's fight during season. And it seems I forgot to record that Hitmonkey fight, but I mean, I soloed with Corvus, because it's a very easy fight with Corvus. At least I think I forgot to record that. Yeah. Penny with Corvus here, very easy, of course. It's just a penny. And on Polka Dot Power, she doesn't actually get the charges from you gaining a bar, because you don't gain a bar of power. So that means you don't even have to worry about the shield all that much until she throws an L1. So in a normal situation, you can completely ignore the shield and just bait L2s, and you only have to worry about the shield after she throws an L1. This obviously isn't a normal situation though, and recoil just kills her, because yeah. And then we have a stealthy on this node 55. Pretty easy fight with Corvus again, just bait the evade once, and then you're in the home stretch, and there's not much that can really go wrong, because it's a stealthy. It's not a difficult defender, and it has suicides on it again. That's what I kind of don't like about off-season war, is just everyone placing with Suis. You can't really test fights, but I mean, I get it, of course. That's kind of just what happens. So, yeah. Here we just dodge this L2, and then we're just going to go in and finish off stealthy with this L1. And yeah, next up we just have a Spider-Ham boss. We're going to use Nick Fury on. Of course, this has suicides on again, so, it's going to be a ridiculously quick fight, because suicides on the defender always leads to that. But, Nick Fury is definitely a solid option for Spider-Ham bosses regardless of that. Just can't really test it here because Sui's on and everything. But, yeah. Just baiting those heavies and countering them, and, yeah. Throwing the L1s as much as you can just to keep his spider charges down, or whatever they're called, and, yeah. Here we have him throw that L1, because I messed up with countering that, but then, I reacted quickly enough that it didn't really matter. So, yeah. And we just throw our L1 here, because we got it from blocking hits, so, yeah. And now Spider-Ham is just gonna die. So, yeah, decent off-season war. Nice it has the Rolk versus Renshaw matchup, because that was one of the ones I'd been curious about for a little bit. But yeah, I'm glad it had worked out nicely. Probably going to be one of the best options there after Defiance is gone. So yeah,